Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna react to I left Jamaica with $700. Now I'm making millions on YouTube. So, I'm from the Caribbean, so gotta take in this Caribbean individual. Hope you guys actually like the video.
So, I'm
Also, subscribe to the channel. Also, check out the link in the description to see me live on Twitch. I'm live right now on Twitch, nearly every other day. So, once you click, go follow, subscribe to my Twitch as well.
moved to Toronto. 30 artifacts, one for each year from 1995 till now. And as I was going through this, I kept seeing my own life in here, my own story. So we're going to use that throughout this entire video in a way that actually makes sense.
What's up, guys? What's up, guys?
What's up, guys? What's up, guys?
What's going on, guys? What's up, YouTube?
What's going on, guys? What's going on, everybody?
What's going on, guys?
What's going on, guys? What's going on, guys?
What's going on, guys? All right, guys, so as promised, I asked everyone over on social media to ask me some questions that could help tell my story a little better. So my good friend Leah came here because another thing too, everybody wanted to have it more kind of conversational, which I thought was a pretty good idea. So I asked everyone over on Instagram, Snapchat, and I think even on Twitter and YouTube to throw some questions over. So we're gonna see like what questions you guys had for me today. So
At Ria Leanne said, how did it all start? How did you become who you are?
everything basically started in Manchester, Jamaica, pretty small town. My mom raised me basically on her own after my dad left for America. He had to go for work. He would come visit in summers. But for the most part, it was just her and I love my mom to death because she made sure I never felt like I was missing anything. I remember asking her for a camera because I wanted to film my little sister when she was born. I just wanted to document that stuff. So there's no real bigger plan than that. I just wanted to get a camera for my little sister. I started editing in Windows Movie Maker, and from there, I just fell in love with the whole like content creation process. I remember I even had this dance group, you know it, Jokers, right? So I used to edit all the videos for them, and then like that little camera that my mom got me just to take pictures of my little sister really sparked that creativity that I never knew I had could tap into. 2005. This is when YouTube was born. I didn't find it until years later, but this is the moment that started everything. The era where literally anyone could pick up a camera, put something on the internet. That idea changed my life. And then the App Store era. That was the moment the iPhone and the creator ecosystem locked together, and I wanted in so bad. Then I would say 2014 hits and I properly discovered YouTube, like not just watching it, like actually understanding what people are building on there. And in 2015, my friend Chris introduced me to like jailbreaking on iPhone. He showed me what creators like everything Apple Pro were doing, and I thought to myself like, yo, I could actually make better videos than that. I honestly think I could do this better. That's what I was telling myself. I would spend the whole week filming and editing videos in batches and then take whatever like money I had to go down to the internet cafe in Mandeville. So I was like doing this the entire time while going to school, like filming every day, waking up early to get the sunlight, and then go to the internet cafe, batch upload the videos and keep them unlisted. And then I'll drop one like one in the week, one on the weekend, until it got to a point where the people at the internet cafe realized I was like, not like just wasting time playing Farmville or whatever that shit is on Facebook. Like he was actually doing something, and then they'd like let me stay longer than I'm supposed to, which was kind of cool of them. So yeah, that's how I had to grind to like get my videos up. And then even on top of that, I used to go to my best friend Sean's crib because he had this Nikon camera. I used to borrow his camera, you know what I'm saying? He also had good internet, and honestly, if it wasn't for Sean, I don't know how any of this would happen because it's either Sean or the internet cafe. That's the only way I could actually get my videos uploaded to YouTube, because where I live, there's literally like deadass no internet. The internet was showing the whole world that random people could blow up overnight just from making something great. I used to watch those moments and think, why not me? How could I blow up? Like genuinely, when can this be me? That feeling carried me through a lot of hard nights in these early Toronto years.
At Al Reed said, how hard was it to leave your family in Jamaica to start fresh in Canada?
Okay, so that was like the turning point when I made up my mind to move. I would say by the end of 2016, I had 4,000 subscribers and over 500,000 total views, which sounds like nothing now, but back then, that was like, yo, I could actually do this. I could actually probably make something over this, because you actually had some people that was watching the channels. But I knew that I couldn't build a real tech channel from Jamaica. Like you probably can now, but like back then, No brands would ship products there. Amazon Customs
Right.
would charge you $300 US dollars on a $100 phone.
Yeah. So like we saying is actually correct. So when like outside brands get to find out that you live in the Caribbean and stuff like that, yeah, that's gonna be a deal breaker for some of them. So I understand where he is actually coming from. It had a next Caribbean YouTube content creator. He actually I forget his name though, but he actually tried. He was supposed to get a deal with Netflix, and what had transpired is that when I get to find out he is actually living in the Caribbean. Yeah, it was kind of sucks he couldn't actually get through with it. If he was actually living like a Caribbean content creator, but he was living in the States, he would have actually get through with that deal.
Or something like that. So it just didn't make sense. The opportunities were there, but I was starting to feel the ceiling. I felt like I was like at the top of the barrel and I just need to break out of it, right? So I applied to go to school in Canada. And for me, Canada was like an escape route. I didn't know anyone there. I didn't have any family there. I felt like I was going to school with the same people from prep school, high school, and now we have to go uni. Nah, I just wanted somewhere fresh where like I could go to make mistakes. No, nobody's judging me. Nobody knows me. It's just literally just me against the world. That's what I wanted to feel. I was excited. Like I wasn't scared to leave my family because I knew it was like for the bettering my chances of achieving my dreams, if that makes sense. So with that being said, I made the decision to apply to Humber College here in Toronto, and I did the advertising and marketing program. And the thing is, I didn't apply to a single school in Jamaica. It was either Canada or literally nothing. That was the only path I could see myself like making this whole thing real, right? It was like a do or die situation for me.
Basically, he actually a guy that actually have a passion on something, and he actually continued pushing hard behind his passion. He actually never gave up on what he actually wanted to do in life, and it come like he wanted to be a musician. He try out doing a little playing the keyboard, he wants to beating a little drum, small, and he actually be consistent. And now he actually write plenty songs. He put it out on the radio. Now he actually a big artist. So that come like what he did. He wanted to be a content creator, and he do what he had also do to actually become a content creator. Consistency and putting in the work. Think about it as a job and what you want to do as something serious from the start. Not think about it as a hobby. And he was looking at it as a hobby, as a lot of people else want to do YouTube like halfway. You have to be full all into it 100% from day one. That's actually pretty awesome.
And when that acceptance email came through, I instantly called my mom. We're jumping up and down, just overwhelmed, like happy, scared, everything all in once, because we both knew this was the moment everything either worked out or it didn't. I went through a lot of hardship getting the visa approved. I did everything on my own, like traveling hours from Mandeville to Kingston on the bus to get the paperwork done. I even got denied my first application, which was crazy because lack of proof of funds to support my studies. So I had to like reach out to family, friends, and it wasn't even my own family. My own family, except my mom, didn't even want me to move to Canada because they're like, how are we gonna afford this? Low-key, bro, isn't even that smart. So like, is he even gonna pass school? You know, a lot of doubt, but my mom believed in me. She saw a different person. She saw someone who was determined, hungry. We got like a family friend to help pitch in some of the bread to show proof of funds. We reapplied and finally got accepted. And then that's when I bought my first real camera, the Sony A3000, bought my plane ticket and landed in Toronto with only like $500 or $700 in my account. $500 rent due every month, so no job. YouTube was paying me like $100 a month. And at that point, it was winter. I'm not gonna lie, there were moments where I questioned everything. A whole new country by myself, no family around, limited money, but I stayed locked in because I hadn't come all this way to quit.
So at the Williams Abaya said, were you broke when you started YouTube, and how did you support yourself financially?
Was I broke starting YouTube? I definitely was. So I need to talk about 2018 because if I'm telling this story for real, I can't skip this part. And honestly, I've never really talked about like my whole journey in full. I would say around August, like September 2018, my views start to drop. Not just a little bit, I'm talking about a big drop. When you open YouTube Studio, like your belly start hurting because like you're trying to do your best, but the views just keep going down. You get in the comments, you fell off, no views, your visitors aren't hitting anymore.
I got so many mean comments, so many DMs, people saying that they're gonna unsubscribe, people saying that I'm a loser, why I quit YouTube, you shouldn't have quit YouTube. But obviously I didn't quit YouTube. I was trying to keep you guys posted.
And when you're already struggling, those words just like, it hit different because you start to kind of believe it, right? Because here's the thing that nobody really knew, that I'm an international student, right? So as an international student, you have to pay double the amount of tuition that every Canadian kid sitting next to me in class was paying, double. And I was working part-time trying to keep up, but it was nowhere near enough. I was living paycheck to paycheck, and even that's generous because most months, the math just didn't work out. There were days where I ate literally a spice bun and that was it. The whole day I used to take the go bus, I would go on the train and like act like I'm new, talk to the bus driver saying, oh, I didn't know, like clear ass Jamaican accent, like what card, blah, blah, just to get through. And then I remember some days I would just literally tell them like, not gonna lie, I don't have any money right now, and they would let me on for free. So that was the struggle I was going through while still trying to make YouTube videos. And then I feel like the worst part came where I had to start selling my stuff to survive. I don't know if you ever seen those memes, like when you sell your PlayStation, you know, you hit rock bottom, right? So I don't think I sold my PlayStation. I think TV, and then when I knew it was real, like I had to sell my camera. That's when I knew, like, you know, getting real, and that kind of made me fall into this whole depression. Just imagine selling the thing that's supposed to get me out of the situation, and now I have to let go of it. So it really just broke me as a person, and I felt like I didn't know when I would get out of this rut. I knew I was in a hole, but I just didn't know like how to get myself out or who to ask for help. While this was going on, I didn't post on YouTube for over like 4 months, which is crazy. That's the longest I've ever gone without uploading on YouTube in my career. And the worst part is I couldn't even tell my mom how bad it was because she was already doing everything she could, sending me whatever money she had from Jamaica. I didn't want to stress her out any more than she already was. So I just kept it to myself, told her everything was fine. But here's the thing that fully kept me from giving up. As much as those negative comments hurt, they also lit a spark in me because I knew the talent I had, I knew the work was good, and I just refused to let a few bad months define everything that I've been building since 2014, 2016.
Sean is very important to the story.
Sean is like the whole backbone
time,
because while all this was going on, my boy Sean called me. Sean, all the way from Jamaica, he moved to the UK, but he could tell that something was off because no videos was going up, and I told him everything. I told him what I was going through, and you know what he did? He flew all the way from UK to Toronto just to check in on me, and he didn't just come to visit, he also brought his Canon camera. He handed me the camera and like, yo, use this and just make sure you get back on your feet. And that was like the saving grace of like my whole YouTube career. That's the kind of friend that like changes your life, because without the camera, I don't know where or what would have happened when I would start posting again, but with it, I came back early 2019, uploaded a video called I'm Back Now, and the comments on that video, people were saying they almost forgot about me. People saying they're glad I'm back. One person literally wrote that I'd already hit 100K if I hadn't taken that break, and that one really hit me because it made me like realize people actually out there believing in me more than I even thought myself, so that really pushed me to start posting again. I'll be honest, during those dark periods, I had to get creative in ways that I'm not proud of, because I used to go to Best Buy, get cameras, buy them, and return it, you know, within the return window. Over and over again, I was driving 30 minutes from, like, I'd go to Best Buy Eden Center. I was still living in Brampton. Best Buy Eden Center, because everybody in Best Buy Brampton already knew me. So I would buy it from Best Buy Brampton, drive to Best Buy Eden Center, and return it, yada yada, vice versa. I remember even with my laptop, because when I bought these expensive cameras, the laptop I was using, the quality was too good for it. So then I go to Dell at Square One, I buy a laptop, edit the videos on the laptop, return the laptop, and then I made up my mind that like, yo, I'm going to buy this laptop. So I literally grind out the videos, edit as much as I could, and then finally I could actually buy the laptop with some of the money I made. But I remember I was returning cameras so much in Best Buy until like this girl that would work there kind of like recognized I was coming back and forth, and I thought it was gonna be bad, but instead of shutting me down, I told her my story, she heard me out, she heard the whole plan, that I was trying to build something real, and that one day I was gonna.
He really grind. To actually get a camera from one place, use the camera, then return the camera, do the same thing over and over. That is our story, right? That is one of the most savage stories I ever hear. That's actually pretty awesome, though. Big up to him.
Walk in and actually buy a camera and keep it. So she gave me some leeway after that. And on December 22nd, 2019, I walked into Best Buy. I bought my Sony A6400, 1,300 Canadian dollars. Not gonna lie, that was my last bread. My last bread. But I didn't return it because I knew that was like the starting point. So goodbye to the Canon. That was the moment I knew that things were actually starting to turn
A
around.
nice lens on it.
At Sayanda_K_Bayela said, how did it feel when you finally realized that, yeah, I've made it?
There's a few moments where I felt it shifting, but the one that I'll never forget is May 2021, 100,000 subscribers. I got that YouTuber plaque, and I'm not gonna lie, I cried. I'm never really one to show emotions, and I didn't even expect to cry, but when I got the plaque, it was like my whole life just flashed before my eyes. This was all on stream too. I remember I recorded.
I feel out of all the plaques, all of the plaques, you see that 100,000, I feel that 100,000 is actually one that you just feel like, yeah, boy, I make it. I feel like, yeah, boy, as a YouTuber now, I feel that first plaque, what the stamp as a YouTuber, content creator, recognize. That and the 1 million. See that on the 1 million, yeah. Anything else you done on the journey and just achievements going along the way. But hit 100,000 and then hit 1 million. Feel that those two does hit different.
Stream, I just took out my wisdom teeth and I cut back and everything. I actually remember opening the YouTube letter that came with the plaque, and it said something like, do you remember your first subscriber, your 1,000, your 100,000? And I was sitting there like, yes, I actually do. I remember all of it. It was proof that it all was worth it. All the filming in Jamaica before school, to just get the natural light, uploading from the internet cafe because the internet at home was not there. Eating spice buns for dinner because that's all I could afford. Sell my cameras, borrowing Sean's just to keep going. 100,000 people at the end of the day chose to find me through search, through recommendations, through a friend sending them a video, and they stayed. So that hit different. That's why I'll always live by saying slow motion is better than no motion. And like, I keep saying that over and over again because I've seen how much it played in my life, because not everything is gonna move fast. But if you take it slow, one day at a time, you keep improving 1% better every day, you're always gonna see the rewards. Baby steps. 2020, the pandemic live streaming era. This is when I got deep into gaming content like Fortnite, Valorant, Call of Duty. And honestly, it was one of the most fun periods I've had making content in a while. There's no pressure, no brief, just me and the community vibing until late, 3 a.m., 2 a.m. playing games. Those people who found me through gaming, some of the most loyal supporters and subscribers I've had to date.
It's not like a job where you can just call in sick and it's just like, I can just be sick for a couple of days.
Show up.
You got to do.
Yeah,
it's just you.
Feel down. What's going on, guys? Want to turn
like
off the
crying
camera?
Inside, you know?
You're gonna cry again, like, bruh. But this is what it is. That's what I'm telling. Like, I appreciate like the not the struggles, but I enjoyed the process. I feel like it was less stressful. Like, yeah, you hate it. Like, you can't buy food whenever you want. You can't travel whenever you want. But it was like less of a stress. So that's why I always tell people, embrace those times, enjoy those times, because when you make it, when you break out of that bubble, it's like you'll never feel the joy of making it out again. Like, you'll never feel that, like,
yeah. It
now,
becomes actual
yeah,
work.
so when you actually
really
make it now, it's like you have to always elevate. Like, once you make it, you're gonna want to have nice things for yourself. You're gonna want to get the car you always wanted. You want to get the apartment you always wanted. And then now, like, you have to keep it up. You have to maintain all the expensive things. You have to elevate. You can't sleep. You can't stop. You have to keep hitting the next level. And that comes with a lot of stress, because if you're a person that's like particular about how you want to make your content and you're not comfortable with it, like, you're always gonna beat up yourself because you want the best out of what you know you could produce. So that's where the stress comes from. It comes from like always trying to level up, be 1% better every day. So that's where I feel like the stress comes from. The 2025 artifact is AI video. It's crazy. The barrier to entry is lower than ever, but the bar is higher than ever. It's higher than it's ever been. You have to be more intentional, more cinematic, more real. And honestly, that's exactly the direction I want to take this channel. All right, so yeah, I've been weaving these artifacts throughout the whole video, but there's so many more that I haven't even showed you yet. Let me take you through a few more of these real quick. Every single year from 1995 to now, you've got the dial-up modem sounds, you've got LimeWire, you've got MySpace with the top 8 friends, all of it. And you could actually interact with each one, which is what makes this different from just reading like a Wikipedia article. And check this out. This is from when Oprah actually pioneered mobile web browsing, like before anyone else was even thinking about putting a real browser on a phone. And that's kind of wild to me because my whole career exists because the internet became accessible on mobile devices. The fact that Oprah was part of making that happen and now they're the ones sponsoring this video, telling story, that's to me
Actually a good video.
over 550,000 subscribers later, having worked with some of the biggest companies in the world. We're talking like Apple, Mercedes, Asus, Intel, making over $1 million a year doing YouTube. Is still surreal to me. Like I have to remind myself sometimes that like this is real, because like who'd have thought, bro? Little Siobhan taking some taxi in Jamaica. Like I bought my mom her dream car. You know, I could support her financially. The same woman that raised me on her own in Mandeville, Jamaica, who scraped together everything she had that I could use to chase my dream in another country. She didn't even know how bad 2018 was because I didn't want her to worry about it. But now I get to take care of her the way she took care of me. To me, that's the real bag. Like to support the ones who supported you and believed in you when like nobody else did. So I don't tell the story a lot, not the full version, because honestly it still feels surreal to me. $700, winter in Toronto, one camera, I said before, a spice bun for dinner.
What's up, guys? What's up, guys? What's up, guys? What's up, guys? What's going on, guys? What's up, YouTube?
What's going on, guys? What's going on, everybody? What's going on, guys? What's going on, guys? What's going on, guys?
What's going on, guys? 5 years later, if you're somewhere at the beginning of your journey right now, just know that the internet doesn't care where you're from. Jamaica, Toronto, wherever. It just cares about what you make. As long as you keep making it, keep showing up, the rest will come. It will fall into fruition. And if you're in that dark period right now, because I feel like in order to see light, you kind of have to see the dark, where you're thinking about giving up, just know that that was me in 2018, and now I'm sitting in my dream apartment telling you this story. I would say just don't stop, don't give up. I say it every single time. It's in my Instagram bio. I live by these words, and it's like slow motion is better than no motion every day of the week. So thank you guys for real, and remember, go and explore Web Rewind and let me know what your best era was. All links down below in the description. And shout out to Leah for pulling up to help me tell this story.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That was actually a great video. Great video. Hope you guys actually get some knowledge off it. I know get some good knowledge off it. The story was actually pretty awesome. You hit a like on that. Right? It was actually a real good story. Plenty of people does do YouTube because you know you're looking for a way to actually come out your struggles. You actually don't want to go through actually be working a 9 to 5. Who does want to work a 9 to 5, working every day doing a 9 to 5? So doing YouTube content creation, maybe streaming, could be YouTube, wherever it may be. Yeah, just like we say, slow motion is better than no motion. Consistency is the key, right? Once you want to do something, just get up, start, try and you will become successful in whatever you're actually doing. A lot of us will be frightened to actually jump up and start. And if you want to do something, no matter what area it is in life, you have to get up and start. Take a chance and do what you have to do. Right, guys? If you like this video, hope you guys subscribe to this channel, like this video, check out my Twitch link in the bio. I actually will be live on Twitch. You could go and follow me there. You could even subscribe to my channel if you want. That would help me out a lot as well. Was your boy Top You, and I'm out. Peace.